Get ready with me for a day in London. Now listen, honey, I know I look different, but that's because I have Cassandra, okay? This is Cassandra. I just put some curls on her. I think this side turned out better. And they're also falling faster than they curled. And it's okay. I didn't want a dramatic curl, but I mean, you could have held a little bit more of a curl, girl. So we are learning the wig game these days. I have worn this wig the entire time I've been in London, and it has been nothing short of a challenge, primarily because it is blazing hot outside. Now, the thing that is really saving me is that it is not humid here. If it was humid, I'd be cooked. I would just be in straight backs, okay? Because there's no way I would be able to survive with this on my head. Today is supposed to be especially hot, so good luck to me. And I've been wearing this wig and my normal beat, so it has felt like literal fire. But it's cute. So we do what we gotta do. Don't judge me for how I have this mic set up. I know I could put it on my clothes, but I want to be a little dramatic with it. So we have a mic stand. This is not a mic stand. It's about the tripod. This is about Craft Geek. I actually love this tripod so much. I had my wig hanging on it yesterday, and now it's a little mic stand. It can do everything. While I'm getting ready, I want to talk about hustle culture. Hustle culture is very prominent in New York, and I absolutely fall victim to it. So much so that I find it incredibly difficult to actually vacation when I'm on a vacation. And if I'm being honest, it wasn't always like this. Like, I feel like it has gotten worse in the past few years for me, especially in this last year since becoming a full-time creator. When you work for yourself and you're responsible for bringing in your income and you're not sure where it's going to be coming from every month, that creates a certain mindset unless you intentionally build it in another way. And I don't think I've done enough work to intentionally build it differently. So I really struggle with feeling like I don't have to be working all the time. I'm here in London for 4 days, and it has taken me the first 2 days to actually like calm down and settle in. I think that that is a telltale sign for me that I, for one, have not vacationed in a while, but then two, I'm just so consumed by my work at the moment. And perhaps some of this like consumption is ultimately not negative, but some of it is definitely not healthy. I just have to openly admit. So this is an area that I feel like I really need to work on, because if I've lost the ability to have fun, like that's not okay, right? And truly, is it that I've lost the ability to have fun, or I just don't prioritize fun? Because those are two different things. I think when I was doing content and I was doing it part-time, that was fun for me. It was like my hobby, kind of. When something becomes monetized, it easily can slip into the work category. And so because, when I was part-time, the money that I was making from content, that was like my fun money. I'm like, oh, I'm going to the theater. Oh, I'm going to get a dinner or whatever. So now that my content is attached to my entire income, I've definitely lost some of the fun in this. I'm not saying that I never have fun. I've just lost some of the fun. There are definitely still parts of making content that I enjoy. There are just a lot of parts in this business that are not glamorous. There's a lot of pressure that I think a lot of people may not know or see. Specifically when it comes to me, I feel like I do such a good job and maybe it's not a good job, but I purposefully don't talk about those pressures all the time, because the general feedback that I think some influencers get is that, oh, your job is so easy, you don't have anything to complain about. And I don't want to get into those conversations, because I have plenty that I could complain about. I think everyone has the right to be able to express how they feel, no matter what level in life they are. Everyone has problems. Everyone's problems are different. And I'm not saying that, the problems that I have or that anyone has who's in a position to be a full-time creator are not, what am I trying to say? Ultimately, I just don't think we should be playing like the problem Olympics to see whose problems are like worse than someone else's. Like, that just doesn't make sense to me. I'm like, let people share their truth, whatever their truth is. And you know what I mean? I'm not talking about in those extreme cases where people are like nightmare humans. That is not what I'm talking about here. But truly, everyone does have some level of challenge that they deal with in life. And my current one as a full-time creator, which again is something that I really didn't have on my radar in the way that it came to me, but it is something that I honestly am happy that I'm doing. I'm glad that I don't go into an office. I don't want that life anymore. I did that for many, many years and it didn't suit me. So this is the better alternative, and it comes with its fair share of challenges. It just does. I think for myself personally, I feel pressure to always have it all together. I know no one has ever said, Kaisha, you need to have it all together, but I feel like, especially as a Black creator, that I have to be so on top of everything all the time. And I feel like I'm honestly constantly falling apart because I can't keep it all together. It's just a lot of work, and a lot of work that people don't see. I feel like as a Black creator, I often have to advocate for myself harder than creators who are my counterparts. And advocate in the sense of like I have to negotiate for what I'm worth and for my rates, and being like, hey, like actually you should pay my rate. I just can't even tell you how many times I've seen a brand say, oh, we don't have any budget, we can't pay creators, and then I see them hire other creators who don't look like me, and I'm like, did you not have the money, or did you just not want to hire me? Because not hiring me is fine, but don't lie. Like and listen, you never truly know what the reality is. There are so many moving parts on the other side of influencer marketing, and I'm not going to pretend that every single scenario is like that because there's so many things that go into that. I know that. And I know that there are times where people are playing in my face, and that is a really hard thing to constantly be met with because it wears on you. And I feel like I have to do double the work to get people to hire me for things so that I can keep working as a creator, and the whole thing is extremely exhausting. I will never forget my little mic stand here. I will never forget, like when I first, kind of the first full months of when I first got laid off and I was unemployed, I was really hustling, pitching brands and trying to get, brand deals and all the things. And it was just really, really hard. It was extremely difficult. It was a very slow time. I don't know if quarter one is typically slow for most creators, but like for me, quarter one sometimes can be an absolute nightmare. And so it was really hard for me in that first quarter, because I got laid off in November of 2024. And so that first quarter of 2025 was like, yo, I don't know what I'm going to do. And then the last quarter of 2025 was incredible. I was like, yes, this is how I want to be living. Yes, more of this, please. Yes. Now, I'm not going to lie, I was burned out and I was probably still working too much, but the money was sitting where the money needed to sit. And ultimately, this is not right. I'm just going to go ahead and say it is not right. When the money is flowing the way that it needs to flow, I'm okay. I can make it through. But when you're working hard and that money isn't flowing, it makes me feel crazy. I'll speak for myself. It makes me feel absolutely crazy. I didn't bring any makeup brushes. I really don't know how that happened. So today's makeup is being brought to you by my beauty blender. Child, I need to replace this. No, I don't. It's makeup still in here. We ain't replacing it until the makeup is gone. Okay. So yeah, we're just doing wild things because we don't have our usual tools, okay? This is why I think every vacation should be 7 days. I know that that is not the typical length. Everyone can't take a week. Sometimes I truly can't take a week, but like it needs to be 7 days because you need 2 days to decompress from your life. Then you need at least 3 days to enjoy your vacation. And then you need 2 days to get your mind around the fact that you have to go back to your work and to your life. And then actually you need an additional 2 days after that when you get home to recover from the vacation. Like it really needs to be 9 to 12 days. I'm not even going to hold. I actually, my husband and I, we were talking yesterday, we were talking about the idea of a sabbatical. And I kind of took a little sabbatical, I guess you can say. And what year was this? This was 2017, 2016, 2017, something like that. And this was a sabbatical that I gave myself, more or less. So I was working for the U.S. Department of State at the time, and they had an option that employees could take a certain amount of leave without pay. So what I had done was planned financially so that I could take 2 weeks of paid leave and 2 weeks of leave without pay so that I could be off for a month. I spoke with my supervisor about it in advance, and ultimately I was able to take off a month of work for the month of October, which is my favorite month, my birthday month. I haven't done anything like that since, and I kind of would like to because I think you need time to just be. And that, honestly, it wasn't really a sabbatical. I didn't take it and I didn't like rest. I know sabbaticals, people sometimes do research or do other things, but like I took it and I made content. At the time, I was working for the government and I really wanted to figure out how I could make more money from content. So I took the time and I made content. I made YouTube videos and I worked out and I did things that I don't always have time to do. So I definitely didn't, use it to just rest. But there are parts of me that are like, I want to take a sabbatical and travel. I want to take a sabbatical and I don't know, write a book or do something that I don't normally have time to do. That would be so nice. And it's hard, right? When you're a full-time creator, I think the hardest part about this job is that you feel like you have to be on a lot of the time. Like you feel like you have to constantly be showing up on your platforms, and ultimately not just showing up on your platforms for the sake of showing up, but you're building a community, right? Like you have people who are looking for you and the content that you make and that you want to share. So it's like, I want to show up for these people, but showing up for your community is a lot. It is a lot. Like I often think like, dang, my people haven't heard from me in XYZ amount of days. Like since I've been here, I think I've posted twice. And I try, not always, you will hear from me on Instagram, like at least 2 to 3 times a day. Like on Instagram, I try to post like that. But recently in this past season, it's really been like once a day. But I've been like at the end of last year, I was knocking out posts like 2 to 3 times a day. And not because I felt like I needed to do it for any other reason than I had so much content to share and it was timely with what was happening in pop culture and arts and culture. I wanted to share those things right there in that moment. But yeah. Okay, what am I doing? We're going to tea today. I'm very excited. We're going to a Bridgerton themed tea, of course, because what else would we do? We must. So we're having a Bridgerton themed tea. Yesterday we went to Bath, which was really cool, and we got to see some of the Bridgerton filming locations, which I love doing. I went to Lady Danbury's house. Listen, I love Lady Danbury down. So we got to do that. And today we are having the Bridgerton themed tea, and then we're also going to be seeing Dracula with Cynthia Erivo. I'm really excited because my friend Mark is one of the camera operators and I get to see him in the show as well. And so that's fun. Now that I think about this, I don't know if I've ever met Mark in person. We might just be TikTok friends. And that's even more exciting that I get to make his acquaintance in real life. We became friends on TikTok a couple of years ago and have like always commented backwards and forwards and supported each other's content and what each other is doing. And so like, I don't know, it's so fun. It's so fun. I love when that happens. So there are a lot of people who have reached out to me since I've been here in the UK, like, Kaisha, we should do da 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 da. And I feel so bad because I'm not going to have time to do all of it. But like, I definitely want to make going to London more of a habit. Like I definitely want to like come more often. Like this flight, honestly, is not that different from the flight to LA. Cost wise, obviously, yes. But like, it's about a 6-hour flight. So I need to just hop on a plane. You know what I mean? I think I'm going to try some new lashes today, which was like a crazy decision to make, but these might help. If I have these on all day, it might help my eyes not to like get tired. And you know how that happens, right? Your makeup gets in your eyes and you're like, oh, I can't see. Like, I don't want all of that today. I had that yesterday. I was literally crying on the train because everything had just been on my face too long. So I'm going to try some new lashes. I don't know how this is about to go. I got these off of TikTok Shop and they're supposed to be glueless. I'm just going to be fully transparent and let you know this isn't going to work today. You see how my eyes watering? I think I need more time to figure this out because I think I have them placed wrong. They're in my eye in a way that's just not going to work for the day. Like this one is already not. Oh, child. Look at that. Oh. I will try this again, but today's not the day. Today is not the day. And we're back. I have on my lash strips. I do not know how long these are going to last. I probably should not be wearing these. And I think I didn't hurt my eye, but yeah, this one doesn't feel as good because of the little mishap that I had. And now a couple of lashes are going rogue and trying to stay in my eye. Nonetheless, I am pretty much ready. I'm going to throw on a lip and basically head out. But since I'm still in London, I'm going to try to enjoy the last couple of days that I have here and just, I don't know, live. So if you are like me and you are someone who has struggled to vacation, I want to hear from you. If you're a hustler, if you are unfortunately a participant in hustle culture, I definitely want to hear from you in the comments below. Let me know any tips that you do when you vacation to help yourself decompress and just enjoy life and just have fun in general. Like, tell me your hobbies. Like, at this point, tell me your hobbies because I'll take them and try them for myself. If you enjoy watching this video, I make videos on YouTube every week, so make sure you hit the subscribe button so you don't miss my next upload, and I will catch you on the next one. Bye.